stand. So moving on now to heat number 3. This will be Rock Jr. It's been a very competitive class. 17 drivers ready to rock and roll heat number 3, and here's how we'll line them up. The one they've been chasing, the 251 of Matias Ramirez. It's been a perfect sweep, picked up quick time in qualifying. Scored the win in heat 1, heat 2, and Ramirez on the pole position. Outside row 1, the 248, Ryan Norberg. David Malukas in the number 79, starting in the 3rd spot. 4th, it'll be Jimmy Cabrera in the 81. Luis Jose Fortiza III, that's your current points leader. Luis in the 271, starting 5th. 6th, it'll be Mayo Livingston in the 246. Starting 7th, Matias Fernandez in the 79. Theo Chick in the 256, starting 8th. Starting 9th, Jacobo Gilano in the 104. Seve De Pinto in the 14th, starting 10th. Starting in the 11th spot to 230 of Olivia Bellinger. Alex Sullivan in the number 19, starting 12th. 13th, it'll be the 01 of Vincenzo Saraceno. Christian Munez in the 292, starting 14th. 15th, it'll be the 88 of Nick Sanchez. Sasha Brunweibel in the number 21, scheduled in the 16th spot. 17th. It'll be Henry Brass in the 77X. Again, as I said, Matias Ramirez, home track, Ocala Grand Prix driver. Of course, got a lot of laps, a lot of practice time here at the Ocala Grand Prix. And he has been money locking up pole position on Saturday for qualifying. Backed it up with a win in heat number 1. Very solid, even stronger in heat number 2. So Ramirez looking for that perfect sweep. We're going to see green. It's out. We're underway. Boy, they're going to scatter. 3 wide coming down into turn number 1. Matias working that wheel with a lot of pressure behind him. And right what the doctor ordered as your leader comes off through that chicane. Ramirez, once he gets out front, and I'm going to tell you, that has been the big problem for the rest of the field. And coming into turn number 1, he's got that exact line to get him up there and hold on to the lead now as he'll come off the tree turn. In the 251, there's your leader, Ramirez. Again, Matias picked up the qualifying pole position, scored heat number 1. And you look at Ramirez, he's actually gotten quicker. In heat number 1, he crossed the line by 3.1 seconds over Ryan Norberg. Heat number 2, Ryan Norberg, again the bridesmaid, finished 5 seconds behind Ramirez in those 14-lap heat events. And this is a 14-lap heat, heat number 3. Running in that 2nd spot, David Malukas in the 79. David's been very strong. David qualified in the 3rd spot, finished 3rd in heat number 1. And David with a top 5 finish in heat number 2. So he's been right there in the top 5, knocking on the door. Lucas making his first start here with the Rock Cup USA Series. Right now sitting back into that 2nd place position. Ryan Norberg, we've been calling his name all weekend. Ryan Norberg, along with Ramirez winning everything so far this weekend, Ryan Norberg has been the bridesmaid 3 times in a row. 2nd in qualifying, 2nd in heat number 1, and 2nd place finish in heat number 2. So Ryan Norberg's been very solid right now, running in that 3rd spot. So he goes to work now on the 79. Amalekis as they head down into turn number 1, led by the 251 of Ramirez. And again, as we talked about this yesterday, Ramirez, once he jumps out front here at the Ocala Grand Prix, he is hard to bring in, and he's making it look good right now. As Ramirez, with 3 laps in, has got a full 2nd advantage. Ramirez, quickest card out there right now with a 37.582. DeFrancesco, we talked about that, him winning in the previous race, and he continued to hold on to the lead and continued to get faster, and that's what we're seeing right now with Ramirez. Ramirez, lap number 4, 37.473. This could be deadly for the rest of the field. In the meantime, we'll see an exchange for that 2nd spot. That'll be Ryan Norberg. He'll stuff that machine in there. Now, again, David going to come right back as they head to the hairpin turn. David Malukas right back in the 2nd. And Norberg going to get shoved back yet in another spot. So little taste of 2nd. Norberg again watches traffic come by. So Ryan Norberg was at second, now going to find himself back to at least fifth or sixth. We'll let him check it out as they come to the line. Norberg tapping the back of the helmet while they're all working around Ryan Norberg. So Norberg now going to drop back to the fifth position. Drivers on the move. Jimmy Cabrera moves up to third. Mayo Livingston knocking on the door. Mayo in the top five. He sits back in fourth as they cycle off that hairpin turn. Meantime, Ramirez beginning to find himself in a different time zone as he checks out on the field. Great battle now for second off the tree turn. Malukas with a good wheel-to-wheel battle coming to the top half of that oval. They'll shoot down the front stretch. That's Jimmy Cabrera going to cross over coming into turn number one. Jimmy's got the lane. Look at this three-car battle off of turn number one. Jimmy Cabrera going to win that battle. So again, the fight now for second. As you can see, Ramirez well in hand. We'll keep an eye on these drivers second on back. Yet another exchange as Jimmy will drop back. So again, Malukas, Cabrera all mixing it up as they come off that tree turn. And Ryan Norberg still looking back from that fifth place position as they continue to shuffle around with 7 laps complete this time by. Halfway point, Ramirez your leader, Livingston second, Malukas running third, Cabrera running fourth, Norberg fifth, Theo Chick in the sixth spot. Fortiza running seventh, Fernandez running eighth, Diagonal running ninth, Bellinger 10th, Branwebo running 11th, Muniz 12th, Sullivan 13th, Seve DePinto 14th, Sanchez running in the 15th spot, Brass running 16th, Saraceno completed 4 laps and is out of it. So again, a great battle second on back, but boy, Mayo Livingston muscling his way into a great spot right now, being scored second for the 246 of Mayo Livingston. Norberg up to third, Theo Chick up to fourth. David Malukas now going to drop back to fifth. So, man, some great racing second on back. And again, David Malukas now going to drop all the way to the back. Him and Jimmy Cabrera having contact, so that'll cost David a pretty big spot on the track. He'll drop way to the back of the field. You see him now into that tree turn. So David Malukas dropping back. Boy, he was right there in contention. A little bit of a heartbreak for David, as he's been solid. I talked about him qualifying third, finished third in heat number one. David finishing fifth in heat number two. And now he's going to find himself in a deep hole right now for the 79. So traffic stretching out, 9 laps complete, 14 lap heat number 3. And again, Mayo Livingston, how about Mayo Livingston? Right now he's 4 seconds behind your leader. And really a little bit of breathing room there for Mayo. He's got Norberg up to that third spot. Again, Norberg's been right there all weekend long. Ryan Norberg, again, as I said, finished second in qualifying. Back-to-back second-place finishes in Heat 1 and 2. And right now, Ryan Norberg sits back third, 4.5 seconds behind your leader. With Ramirez right now, 4.1 second lead over Mayo Livingston. And Mayo's been chipping away, finished 6th in qualifying. Mayo finishing 4th in heat number 1. And had a top solid run in heat number 2. Coming home in the 7th spot. He had his work cut out with him. He was surrounded by some great competition. So 11 laps complete. Your leader, Ramirez, heads off at turn number 1. Has now a 3.8 second advantage. So believe it or not, Livingston and Norberg chipping away, but I believe that the way Ramirez has been all weekend, he's going to be untouchable as he heads to the top of the oval. Ryan Norberg, again, been right there in the top 3 all weekend as he works off the tree turn, currently running in that third spot. And we'll see 2 to go this time by. There it is, double sticks for Ramirez. Matias Ramirez, it has been picture perfect. Boy, he's got to cycle around 2 more times. And as I talked about him on Saturday, picked up quick time in qualifying. Back-to-back wins, Heat 1, 2, and he's trying to make it a perfect day. And really not a big surprise. Home track for Ramirez. Sponsored by Ocala Grand Prix, one of the team drivers, and he is a good one, no doubt about it. Ramirez moving right along. He is dialed in. The crew has got this cart right where it needs to be. And he'll head to the top of the oval. He'll come down the front stretch. And now he'll head down into turn number 1. So final circuit, Matias Ramirez making it look simple. Ryan Norberg holding on to that third place position, trying to work around Mayo Livingston. So top 3 drivers sitting all on Tony karts, led by Ramirez, making it look nice and simple. Really hits his marks well, comes through that tree turn. You watch Ramirez, never really works the wheel, nice and smooth. And he'll come down that front stretch. So here comes Ramirez. He'll seal the deal. Your Rock Jr. Heat number 3 winner, Matias Ramirez. Mayo Livingston will pick up second. Solid run yet. Another top 3 finish for Ryan Norberg. Theo Chick. Keep an eye on Theo Chick, a good contender. And he'll pick up 4th. 5th, it'll be Luis Jose Fortiza, your top 5. So there it is. Heat number 3 in the books, Rock Jr.